Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KC CHIROpulse podcast brought to you by CATS Consultants, helping doctors keep their pulse on success. I'm Dr. Michael Perusich, and I'm joined today by Dr. Sherry McAllister, who's the president of the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Dr. Sherry, how are you?
I am fantastic. It's so good to be with you this morning.
Oh, it's great that you've joined us. I really appreciate it. So, the foundation is doing such amazing things, and we've got a big ad coming out in the Olympics, which I'm super excited about. And I've seen it. It's an amazing ad. But, let's back up just a little bit and just tell us a little bit for those that may not fully be aware of what the foundation does for the profession.
Well, first and foremost, we want to thank you before we even jump into this because your organization has been a very generous corporate sponsor. And that really is how the foundation is able to do national marketing across the United States and showcase the benefits of chiropractic care. And when we're all in and we're sharing on an organic grassroots levels from the doctors up to the national organizations and media, it makes a huge difference. And like you said, the Olympics are only a few weeks away, and it's extraordinary how much media buzz is going on. In fact, we just found out last week that NBC has granted us the little what are called billboards. And on top of our ad, which is going to be 5 times in the Olympics, that billboard, which says sponsored by the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, will be on all of the Olympic stations. So it just keeps
Oh,
building,
that's
and it gives
awesome.
me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for chiropractic to have finally a national presence and an outlet like the foundation to be able to drive that national presence is huge. And I hear some doctors sometimes say, well, they're not advertising in my area and blah blah blah. But they are. They're creating awareness nationwide for chiropractic, which is huge. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've seen such success for the most part through the pandemic, because of the awareness that you guys are helping generate.
Oh, you're so right. And I don't want short-sightedness to really that myopic vision of it's not in my neighborhood. What happens on a national level, social media wise, is in your neighborhood.
Yes,
And
very
if you
much.
connect that networking with your own organizational community, that's where it's the hugest win-win. And with all our boots on the ground and all of us sharing and educating the community with evidence-based opportunities. And that's the beauty of the foundation as well. We work with 16 colleges. So boy, do I get feedback left, right, and center.
Yeah, that's great.
And we also have 43 state associations that have courageously joined with us so that they can also get their membership aware of what to use, when to use it, how to use it. So think about the national, but really it serves every single chiropractor to get the messaging out that's been time tested and really important from an evidence-based perspective.
Yeah, and I would encourage chiropractors to really pay attention to the social media component of F4CP and make sure that you've liked it and you're sharing those things. That's how you put it in your backyard. That's the best way to get your patients really connected to it. Now, I know the F4CP has been around for a while. Talk a little bit about the history and the generation of how the foundation started.
Sure. So 2003, Kent Greenewald, the current president of the Foot Levelers, had looked at and spoke with other individuals, leaders in the community of chiropractic, and he said one of the things that seems to be missing is a national voice. We have segments of it, but we need a national PR marketing voice for chiropractic where we can take on these large campaigns, where we can add to the media through articles and news pickup, but most importantly, that we start to deliver a message that's consistent and we don't confuse the consumers. And so, while it was met with, well, how do we fund that and how are we going to execute on it? There was a fabulous document that was a proclamation of many of the leaders in large organizations in our community coming together and saying, we will support the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress and we will allow this to be our national unified voice. And by unified, I don't want people to go, oh, but that's not my message. By saying that we're going to put a quality message that brings every chiropractor under the roof. So we don't talk about philosophy, we don't talk about techniques, we talk about the benefits. What are we seeing out there, and how are we bringing in new consumers to be potential patients in your neck of the woods? And the growth from that. So we started with Wall Street Journal as I was learning
I
the
remember
history
that.
of the foundation, large ads in the Wall Street Journal. And we also had Jerry Rice. He was fabulous as a
Right.
spokesperson for us because he got that Olympic, the football atmosphere, but also the athleticism of why chiropractic was so important. I'll never forget a story of, I'm running out of fear, and that's why I was so fast. But without chiropractic, it would have ended my career 8 years before. And as we grew through, not just getting the testimonies of Olympic athletes and football players and golfers, we also recognized, and that's when I came on board, is that it's one thing to do it for the profession. It's another for the doctors to do it for the profession, in that organic grassroots effort so that everybody is playing their role. So when we started putting together white papers and infographics, accelerators, if you don't know what this is, you have to go to our website.
Absolutely.
Then we got them to start using them. Now we're the fastest growing organization. And we're also garnering media because we represent the profession on a media level where we're very careful. We've been trained by the experts in the field on media, what not to say, which is often more important than what to say.
Boy, that's
And
for sure.
from a litigation standpoint, we want the profession to be strong. We want it to build, and we want it to be in a place where it's well respected. And it's very easy to have someone who has no media experience to get themselves into a boiling hot water moment. And we call that crisis communication. And so the foundation has been employing experts in the field and marketing to really build on that. But most importantly, if I had to give you one thing the foundation does and does very effectively, it's combating the negative press. It's
Mhm.
not letting them get away with dishonesty. And the media has to come forth. Like just last month, we were charged on the National Post. Hundreds of millions of people saw this. And the story was that chiropractors are more likely to give you a brain clot than AstraZeneca. And it's like, no, 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 we will not allow that to stand. So they immediately took it off their site. But what would happen if we didn't have that national presence and someone wasn't monitoring 24/7? And these used to happen 6 to 8 times a month when I started. Now we're down to, usually when they come, they're bad. And it's maybe 1 or 2 a month, but it's those 1 or 2 a month that turns consumers into, I'm fearful. I mean, I don't want a brain clot. I don't want
Right.
a stroke, all these things that we can't let stand because it's dishonest, and the research stands for itself. And that's why the 16 schools are amazing to work with.
Well, and the foundation is really helping us bust through so many of those myths and handle those anti-chiropractic messages, if you will, so readily, so quickly, which keeps it off of our shoulders as a profession. We don't have to carry it around and individually have to be trying to overeducate anybody and overcome those myths. The foundation is helping us do that. And I think that's right there one of the primary reasons why everybody in this profession needs to be involved in the foundation. And that's a big reason why we hooked up with the foundation to support you guys as well.
Well, it's honest, it's well researched information that they can get behind. And sometimes when I go out on the road, for example, I get lots of people saying, I never heard about that research. Well, it's hard when you're running your own business and you're doing an incredible job of keeping your community healthy.
Right.
It's not easy to be 24/7 on Jam Open Network, JMPT, Spine. And so my job really to address the best information coming out and be forefront, not just pain, because we know we do a fabulous job in that area, but we really need to get into optimizing health and optimizing performance. You would not believe how many people still have, well, I had no idea that you guys talked about balance and strength and mobility and flexibility. And how do you network with your community healthcare providers? You know, you've got yoga therapists out there, you have massage therapists, you've got registered nurses who love to talk to the patients when they're in the room, whether
Right.
it's in the hospital or whether it's in a private urgent care clinic. Don't let anyone get out of your sight without giving them something from the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Because once they get it, once they see it, they're going to use it too, and they'll share it with someone else.
Yeah, very much so. So let's back up for just a second, because something exciting, and you already talked about it a little bit, but something exciting is coming up in a few weeks, and that's the Olympics. And the foundation has an ad running 5 times, right?
That's exactly right. And it
Yeah.
is such an
You
exciting
talk a
moment.
little bit about what the ad's all about, because it's an amazing ad.
We needed a true story. We want the media to start picking up honesty and integrity. And so this was one ad that you cannot imagine has done so much for us already. That ad being out has been shared on Hulu. I mean, if you're playing a video game, guess what? You have to level up. You get to watch the ad. So we've been all over already
That's
before the
fantastic.
Olympics. So, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, I never see any ads. Well, now we've seen our ad on Fox News. We've seen it on
Hmm.
CNN. If you go into social media, you'll be surprised when it pops up. But
Yep.
let's say this, that's just one piece of it, is the natural organic marketing, and then in video ads. So if you have anything to do with chiropractic, boom, it pops up. But the beauty of this Summer Olympics is that we've been through such harsh times, and we want something to be inspired and passionately motivated. And isn't it nice to see an ad that is a testimonial of an Olympic athlete that was injured and was told probably not going to compete, and then found a fabulous chiropractor who went the next step to help this athlete, and sure enough was able to compete in the Olympics. It moved her so much that she asked herself, what do I want to do with my career? And she became a chiropractor, and it's a true story. And the best
Yeah.
part, she's now treating Olympic hopefuls. So it's a win-win on, consider a career in chiropractic, because boy, we're going to grow faster than we ever thought possible. We need to keep everyone's mind, spirit, and body in the game. And we want to showcase that we're not just pain, we're also performance. And we're here to help you with all sorts of questions that your MD, unfortunately, will not have the capacity to handle. They're all
Right.
about keeping you alive, and we're all about making you thrive.
Right. Right. That's a great way to put it too. And if you're listening out there, if you haven't seen this ad, go seek it out. Be intentional about finding it. Just go to the foundation's website, watch for it on social media. It does pop up, at least in my feed, all the time.
Yep.
So make sure you watch it, because every time I see it, and I saw it the first time last December, every time I see it, I get goosebumps. And just you talking about it, I get goosebumps, because it makes me so proud to be a part of this profession.
It does. I have to say, when I see it for real in the Olympics, I will probably, even though I've seen it so many times, I could probably recite everything in my sleep.
Probably.
But when I see it in a forum where there's 204 million people watching, where
Yeah.
people around the world can share this video around the world, to be able to recognize and thrive on the benefits of chiropractic care, it's epic, it's monumental, but we have to keep that energy and inspiration going. And this is just the beginning. It is
Exactly.
onwards and upwards from here, because when you get their attention, you got to keep following it up with something. And that's what the organic community experience is going to be all about. Every chiropractor in every neighborhood across the world to be able to continue sharing evidence-based care.
Well, and I think every one of us should pat Kent Greenwald on the back for having such a vision. You know, he's done so many great things for the profession, regardless, through foot levelers and and so forth. But the vision he had to create the foundation for chiropractic progress really was huge in supporting this profession, and really letting people know what a great thing we do for patients.
I very much agree with you. There's many leaders in this profession that have stepped up and spoke out on the national importance of our benefits that people are still not aware. And sometimes, just like you said previously, they hear myths and they're not true, and we need to dispel them. And speaking of dispelling them, 18 Olympic athletes joined us in this national campaign of optimizing performance. 18 Olympic athletes on Facebook are sharing their stories. 30 seconds, organic. Some of them are in their car, some of them are in workout. They're not professionally done for a purpose. It's
Right?
because it's their word, it's their world on how chiropractic impacted them. And if you haven't downloaded a poster to take maybe to a high school gym, or put your social media on full blast with Olympic athlete testimonials, this is the time to be proud. Stand up, speak out. You are healing patients and you know it every day, but I just want you to get that goosebump feeling again on, I am proud to be a chiropractor and what I do really makes a difference in people's health.
Amen. Amen. So, with that in mind, how do doctors get involved?
First and foremost, we need you to be a member. Many of you
Absolutely.
are group members, so you have some limited pieces to that. We thank you. Group membership is you're part of your state association that's involved, 43 states, with the foundation. Individual opportunities are available, and that's gold, silver, bronze. Obviously, just like buying a car, you can add bells and whistles. We hope that $100 a month, which is a gold membership, and that way you can literally create the materials that look like it's coming right from your office. $100 a month gold membership. You just go to f4cp.org/package. I can tell you this, we've never seen the amount of growth of gold members in the history of the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress this month. And it's because the final opportunity for people to get excited and go, wow, I had no idea the foundation was alive. I get it. You're in practice. But now's the time. f4cp.org/package. Hit that gold membership button for $100 a month. I can guarantee you get webinars that you can go to for you to update your
Right.
skill sets, because we get the best out of the 16 schools. You get something for your CA to watch that can inspire them, so that when they're working with a patient at your front desk, they're accurate, they're honest, and they're interpreting chiropractic in a way that would make you proud, because you're busy in your office. I never see what my front desk is saying, but if they're trained well, then they respect the profession and they talk our professional language.
Exactly.
There's all sorts of infographics, white papers, tip sheets, and most importantly, coming up, we're going to have the definitive chiropractic resource manual 2.0, which is all the latest, greatest research, and that'll be released at the National.
Oh, fantastic. I can't wait to see that.
It's going to be great. And I can't tell you, that is the most sought after resource that we have at the foundation, because it's just a really short, almost like a cliff notes. What's the research? Where do I go? How do I get it? I'm going to do a presentation and I need some posture information. That's where they can go, and that's going to be for gold members. As soon as the national releases, you will get that in your inbox, and then it'll be drilled out to silver and bronze and group membership. After that, remember, if you're a gold member, you get everything right away. And you get a primary listing on our Find a Doctor site, which 204 million people are going to be looking at in the near future.
That's probably the best $100 you can spend for your practice, because you're going to get all the resources, you're going to get the marketing materials, and you're going to be connected to a process of being able to educate patients and your community about chiropractic more smoothly. And call it practice insurance.
I love that you said it that way, because, when you think about the quality of the material, you have it at your fingertips when you need it. A PowerPoint presentation for a high school and it wants to talk about sports and how to be stronger, healthier, you've got it right there. And the other
Absolutely.
thing that I think is really important as a member, you're not building another business, you're building the profession. Every single dollar that comes into the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress goes out in advertising, because our administration fees are all paid by foot levelers. So think about when your dollars go in, it's not only a nonprofit business write-off, You're
Right.
building a legacy of the future for chiropractic, and that's going to make you feel good.
Absolutely. So you should have your practice insurance program, if you will, should be you need to have a coach, you need to belong to your national association, your state association, support your schools, because that's where a lot of the research is coming out of, and be a gold member with the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And I'm telling you, that is 5 things that are well worth spending the money on, because it really is going to explode your practice. So, and protect the profession.
Oh, absolutely. There is 5 fingers on one hand, and I give you a hand. So good job. I think those are the top 5 things that really do, from a fundamental aspect, on being a chiropractor that's proud and showcasing the future. Those are 5 fabulous opportunities.
Absolutely. Sherry, anything else to add?
I want to add one thing. If you can enlighten your patients beforehand, get them excited about the Olympics, let them know who the chiropractic commercial is all about, and make sure that you share the Olympic spirit. We have an Olympic party coming up on July 22nd. It's a virtual Zoom party. It's about sharing and enjoying. We got some fabulous speakers and some true testimonials that I think are going to rock your world. Have some fun with us. July 22nd, save the date. You'll be invited, or come to our website and we'll get you an invitation, and just make sure you register, because that's going to be coming up. And how fun is it going to be to all be together, sharing the benefits of chiropractic care and getting excited about the Olympic debut?
I love it. And we're going to be there. We can't wait for that. It's going to be so much fun. So, Sherry, thank you for everything that you do with the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And please pass along to your team how much we appreciate y'all. And thank you for allowing CATS Consultants to be very proud sponsor of the Foundation as well.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And thank you for all you do to sponsor us. I'll pass it on to the team, that you're sharing your appreciation for all they do as well. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And everybody, go out there and join the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Become a gold member. If you're a CATS member, of course, on our mastermind level, you have access to the Foundation's materials. So we appreciate everything they're doing. And please get involved. So thanks for tuning in today to the KC CHIROpulse podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants, helping doctors keep their pulse on success. So everybody stay well informed and well adjusted. We'll see you soon.